Woman reunites with long-lost wedding ring after a decade. As helpful as some people can be, there are still some that will turn their heads when someone else is in distress. However, there are others who are willing to lend a helping hand no matter how long it takes for their efforts to make a difference. When a New Jersey woman loses a 20-year anniversary ring, she feels as if something was ripped out from her. However, the compassion and endeavors that people muster up have proven to accomplish the impossible. Paula was living a happy life without a concern for financial or social problems. It was just her family, and her friends constantly sharing laughs with one another. Married for almost 30 years, Paula had everything set for herself, and she knew their life in Somers Point, New Jersey was going to be a thrilling one. As soon as Paula finished washing the bathtub, she moved on to the part she dreaded the most, the toilet. Wanting to get it out of the way, she quickly scrubbed the inside of the toilet with a brush and flushed the soap away. After finishing, something felt off, but she couldn't think of what it was. Paula's heart skipped a beat as soon as she noticed that her ring finger felt a bit lighter. She slowly looked down at her ring finger, hoping that her treasured anniversary gift is still on it. She was horrified to see that it was gone. She didn't notice that she flushed it down the toilet. Paula said, "I was cleaning and knew I must have flushed it down. It had been a little big on my finger because it was wintertime and my hands were smaller. I felt so bad about it, sad and embarrassed." She couldn't believe that she'd just let thousands of dollars go down the drain, literally. Paula had no idea how she was going to tell her husband about this. Michael worked extra hard for the years preceding the anniversary to save money for the ring, so to tell him that it was all wasted was unimaginable for her. Paula didn't accept that it was gone. She searched the rest of the bathroom and even the house, hoping that she just dropped it somewhere and forgot about it. She even disassembled the toilet and searched inside the pipes with a flashlight, but to no avail. The realization that she wasn't getting it back was all too much for her. Paula mentally prepared herself for what could possibly be the toughest conversation with her husband ever. She softly knocked on the door to their master bedroom, waiting for Michael to call her in. She saw he was relaxing on the bed reading his favorite book. She knew that there was no going back now. Visibly sweaty and nervous, Paula said that she had bad news to tell him. Michael was worried but listened. While closing her eyes and looking away from embarrassment, Paula cried and told her husband everything that happened. Michael was quiet through the entire explanation, and this put Paula off. After finishing her clarification, Paula wiped away her tears and waited for Michael to say something. She thought he was so overwhelmed by anger and frustration that he couldn't say anything. However, his face didn't show any anger. Suddenly, he erupted the silence by letting out a small chuckle. As suddenly as the ring disappeared, an identical ring suddenly reappeared on her finger, as if she never lost one in the first place. However, the guilt of Paula's mistake was very much still with her. This ring wasn't the one that brought her and her love life together. She felt that she'd lost a part of herself. Fast forward 7 years, in the same house. Even though the incident took place a long time ago, Paula still very much ached for the missing artifact every single day. Although she felt an unbreakable attachment with the ring, her hopes of finding it were still high. Determined to rediscover it, Paula contacted Ted, the chief of the city's public works crew. When Ted was interviewed by the Press of Atlantic City, he said, "She had this look on her face while she was telling me about this and said, 'I can't believe I did this.' I told her really nicely that the chances of us finding it were, well, just in passing, we'd keep an eye out for it." He did not anticipate what was going to happen in the year 2018. Just after Thanksgiving finished, Ted Gogol and his crew went into a sewer tunnel about 400 feet from Paula's house. When doing maintenance, Ted saw something shiny under the waste and sewage. After grabbing it and rubbing the muck off, he realized it was a ring and thought, could it be? After finishing the maintenance in the sewer, Ted made reuniting Paula with her wedding ring his first priority. However, he didn't get too excited yet. After all, it could have been someone else's ring. Even so, he needed to try. After reaching the porch, he rang the doorbell and waited patiently for an answer. Paula was the first one to reach the door. When looking through the door hole, she did not expect to see Ted Gogol at all. She thought that he may be contacting her to warn her that construction will happen very close to her house. However, there was also a tingly feeling that she just couldn't place. When opening the door, Paula Stanton greeted Ted Gogol and asked what he needed. Then, without saying a word, he revealed the long-lost ring to her. Paula's eyes immediately picked out the features and found her initials carved on the side. This was her ring. At that moment, she felt as if she was going to faint. Everyone was in a state of shock. I was hugging him and crying, Paula Stanton said. I was calling my kids and telling people about it. My family had a difficult year, and for this to happen, needless to say, it was an early Christmas miracle that nobody was expecting. That ring didn't want to leave her family, Ted Gogol said. There are so many things that could have happened. It could have been washed away, it could have been crushed, but it was just meant to be. Paula now wears her original ring with her replacement ring, showing just how special her marriage with her husband really is. After 9 years, Paula Stanton finally feels complete again. Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.